Hey folks, you'll see that the game is already live. So Middle East scoring looks like a good headline for me. Standard 4-4-2 opening, because although I have socialist governments, I'm going to be playing Middle East scoring anyway, and I kind of want to keep keep Italy as difficult to attack as possible, I think. I'm happy with 4-4-2. Yes, I saw it's Eelusion's 500th game. And a good record, very strong as USSR. So 4-4-2, headline Middle East scoring. Let's just plug my cards in. Nice to have UN because I can clear my hand out and use it on one of the 3-op cards. Truman, and what are the remaining ones? I've already forgotten. Great, NORAD, Indo-Pakistani War, that's good. So, I'm fairly ops strong. I'll have plenty of ops to play in turn. We're going to start with Middle East scoring. He drops Europe scoring. So, that gives me time to build. So the coup on Iran's going to go off first. So here we go. Opening coup on Iran. We'll keep you an intervention in socialist governments for AR6 if I don't get blockaded. If I get blockaded, obviously I drop socialist governments, and then I probably hold you an intervention. I can't hold you an intervention because I have 6 ARs. Should think before I speak. Happy New Year, by the way. This is the first video up because although I could have recorded and did play some games over New Year on my phone, the laptop battery died, so I wasn't able to record, and I wasn't going back to the hilariously low quality monstrosity that was my old laptop. So, is he going to coup? No, he's not, because he doesn't want to give up the last coup. So, we will jam 3 into Pakistan to encourage the coup, but we'll also gain access to Thailand. So China card coup on Pakistan's a distinct possibility here. But we'll see. South Korea is a bit too juicy at the moment with no US, Japan, and no Formosa. I'm not going to overload South Korea at this point. Okay, so he's getting his points in space. I don't have space options, so we shall instead continue to press the Asia case. Should use Warsaw Pact first, really, but oh well. So I expect this to be the coup on Pakistan. No, he's still pressing influence. So South Korea, yep. Well, let's overprotect Panama. And although Middle East scoring has gone, so is Europe scoring actually. Ooh, options. I mean, do I want to take Japan? It makes the card free if he gets it, but he's got a fear Asia scoring. I kind of like that given the scoring cards have gone. He may take the coup on Pakistan now. Of course, if he does that, and he's got D-style, I need to cover into Thailand. I don't really want to walk into Thailand with Defcon at 4. You set up one Yugoslavia. We can have that old debate. Yeah, it kind of makes me queasy making US Japan a nothing card, but I mean, I'm putting the wind up him as much as anything. Let's see if he takes the bait. Okay, so he's going Thailand. So we'll take the coup on Thailand. Live in hope. Big 6. No. Oh well. He needs to repair Thailand so I can take another coup. Although he may take France. He may put 3 in France. 1 in Thailand, 3 in France with the China card. That's a possibility. No, so he... He had US Japan after all. Weird. Okay. Let's take the other coup. And now we know what his last cards are. Well, now I've managed to clear out. We will of course use AR6 to pump Thailand or one of the other places. If we can avoid decol or Vietnam revolts, I might be able to break Asia and score it for Dom, although he may overprotect here with containment or US Japan. He kind of wants to overprotect all of these battlegrounds. Oh, he expands conquest instead. I need to break one place, but not South Korea because of Korean War, I suppose. And we'll protect Panama. Okay. I'm not sure how that went, he says out loud. So we know that he's holding containment, but the rest of the cards are unanswered. I got Decol and Vietnam Revolts, but I did not get Asia scoring, so there we go. I also do not have a spectacular headline. With D-Style gone, Romanian abdication is probably the best. Oh, Taiwan is for Formosa is for Taiwan. So Formosa, Decol, Vietnam Revolts, Suez test ban. He may have purge and defectors, so he may purge me. Cambridge 5. Comic-Con. Okay, so we headline Formosa, hope not to get purged. Oh, de Gaulle, okay, so he's going to press on France, which is understandable, and I'll press on Asia. Of course, he now needs to decide between taking the coup or doing stuff elsewhere, including taking France. So he holds Suez. One, two, three, four. Yeah, okay, so I'll be able to raise country count. We'll do that for now. And I've got the China card in hand. So if it doesn't come out this turn, I should still be able to dominate. He probably reads me for not holding it, since he knows he's not holding Decol and Vietnam Revolts. Breaking France is a good thing to do AL6 if I can as well, because obviously Truman is in the deck. Although I have to watch out for Suez and or socialist governments in the reshuffle. So he gets the coup off. It's huge. Nice work. So I need to make sure I maintain presence in the Middle East, and I will cover Algeria. I want to try and avoid Cambridge 5 coming out too soon. I'm going to have to start meddling with country count in Europe as well. Although thanks to Marshall Plan, I should be able to stay ahead. Romanian abdication for one into Turkey is reasonable. And then, of course, Truman has a secondary target. Alright, we'll keep racing. We'll keep the pressure on. We'll give him that before Independent Reds comes out. He may, of course, be able to 5-year plan Asia scoring. But at least if I keep the pressure up, he has to work for it. Given how turn 1 went, he's done very well. Maintaining pressure. He's got CIA out. Managed to turn France. All these things are pretty good work. If he plays containment before AR6, I can use Suez. I mean, I can use Suez now, it's neutral, I just need to protect against blockade, but if he contains me, I can then use decoy for blockade, potentially. We eventing, okay. I'm going to tip my hand and say, I'm not holding Asia scoring now, but you better believe I'm going to stay ahead. Oh. Last time I think I played a game, we were on game 967k and we're up to 990. Soon the game will break forever. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't preface this. This is the Reddit Twilight Struggle League 2020A season, not the International Twilight Struggle League. Just to make life confusing, because there are now multiple leagues going on at multiple times. But while I'm doing a shout out for leagues and competitions generally, have a look on reddit.com/r/Twilight Struggle or /board games to look for the plug for the 8th International Twilight Struggle live games. It's taking place in London last weekend in May. It was Greece last year, London this year. Going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. Come meet some players. Have a good time. I went to Greece. It was great. Everyone was super friendly. It was a great fun time. Games were, as you'd expect, high quality. Very interesting. I strongly recommend it. It was a great trip. So Eelusion now knows that I don't hold Asia scoring, so doesn't have to do anything seismic in Asia right now. So the question is what? Press for control of the Middle East. Protect against Voice of America in Chile, Argentina. He's going to randomly 5-year plan something. He's gone with containment. So I will use Suez for maximum value now. So he pumps India. We will resolve Suez first. We will re-resolve India. And overprotect. I know that clears me out of Israel, but Arab-Israeli war hasn't gone yet. And let's be fair, I'm not going to be getting far in the Middle East otherwise. The gamble did not pay off. We'll put 2 in, so a 4-op card flips it if he doesn't use socialist governments. And I'll hold decoy. That's fine. So he gets defectors. I don't get Truman Doctrine. I could use 5-year plan, potentially. I was lucky to get Indo-Pakistani War back. So I got Independent Reds and Purge. He got Captured Nazi and Blockade. And Arab-Israeli War. And Defectors and Eastern European Unrest. So I got 5-year Korea Indo-Pakistani. And Cambridge 5 back. 5-year plan would be a no-brainer if Duck and Cover hadn't been out and CIA wasn't gone. 5-year plan's still attractive in case he didn't get socialist governments and I randomly pulled Truman, which would be a delight. I may even pull Middle East scoring, which would be a laugh. I just don't want to pull Asia scoring, ideally. But what else have I got? Indo-Pak War gets me my Milops. Independent Reds poses another Truman option, and he's got to do something to prepare France. Independent Reds is the sanguine option. And he had socialist governments anyway. So it looked like a real idiot. So if he gets Truman off, I at least get the VP for Romania and keep country count high. If he coups Algeria or Panama, I also have the option to pump France, knowing 5 of his cards. He's got 7, so I'm interested to see what the other 2 are. And if he reveals those, he will be revealing some because he drew you an intervention. He's going with NORAD. It fails. So we now know all of his cards. He has Eastern European Unrest, so if we can get him to lose Eastern European Unrest, we can start to pump, although he has Blockade, we can start to pump France. We kind of want to use Korean War to tap Korea. So let's use NASA to put 1 into Saudi Arabia, which is boring, but we want him to drop Eastern European Unrest for maximum value. And I can space decol, of course. So we think he's got Arab Israel, Defector, Captured Nazi, East European Unrest, and Blockade. We're going to gamble on not a 1 in 6 and take Saudi mostly to ensure a lack of control. 5. Riding the seat of my pants there. So he may use Blockade to cover South Korea now. I need to pop 1 into Israel to protect against Muslim revolution cleaning me out of the Middle East. Although, of course, with the 1 in Turkey, I can also push into Syria. So South Korea? No? Okay, so he's just pressing in the Middle East. Right, we're going to space decol. And fail. He's going to space, which is fine in principle. We're going to event Indo-Pakistani war to get our mil-ops, but no bonus VP. So if he blockades me, I lose 5-year plan. If he doesn't, I can use Red Scare and then 5-year plan to threaten France repeatedly. Great, okay. So we'll pump France, then he'll blockade me. It's the only sensible thing to blockade at this point, and then I can put the next 2 into France as well. Yep. So I ditch 5-year plan, but I still have the Cambridge 5. Woo! To go over the top with. So I'm very vulnerable to Muslim Revolution. But I did get Truman, which is a very attractive opening card. And I got Muslim Revolution. And if he missile ambushes me, I've got Fair Play. That's a pretty hot deal. Lucky, lucky. I should try not to make an absolute hash of this. Puppet governments and OAS. This is absolutely obscene. And John Paul. Goodness gracious me. It's very tough to ask for a much better hand than that. I mean, ABM is the only other thing I could have asked for. Truman's absolutely the headline. Well, is it? He doesn't have time to do stuff to France, although, and I've got Brush War. Blimey. I don't even have to headline Truman. Cripes. Wow, I have a lot of options. Well, with Suez and Socialist Governments and de Gaulle gone, I could use How I Stopped Learning to drop DEFCON. And if he thinks to go for France, because he can't take it all, I can use Truman. So yeah, let's drop DEFCON. Ah! Of course, the only thing I could have regretted. Oh well, the die is cast. You want me to commit to DEFCON 2? Fine. Nicely played. Well, curses. Talked myself right out of that, didn't I? What a mug. He's dropping Africa for 2. So let's puppet government into Argentina as well. Although even though Africa scoring's gone, that's still more attractive. Oh, lordy. Poor guy. We will tick up country count in case he's got Alliance for Progress as well. So Africa and South America drop. I need Space Muslim Revolution before I get Missile Envid. Of course, I now don't necessarily need to use Truman because one op gives me France. I think, oh, okay, so he gets a... blimey. We will have a dig with Brush War on Libya, even though it's 50-50. Mostly because I wanted to try and get access. So now I need Space Muslim Revolution. Of course he wants a MIT to go. Man. We'll event flare power that way. I'll event OAS to go Nicaragua and Haiti so I can retain domination even if he coups. Although that only gets me 2 VP and then he gets Millops. So actually I don't want to do that, do I? I do not. Let's event OAS. And break Cuba again. Okay, so Central America drops for nothing. But I get my Millops. Asia scoring still in my favour. And this is a slightly less enthusiastic hand. I'm not sure I played that hand quite as well as I could, but feel free to tell me what you think. So, headlines. I can save Colonial Rear Guards for now. Camp David's not a bad headline for the VP. Shuttle Diplomacy doesn't do a lot either way at the moment. So let's headline Camp David. He's having a look. So we're going to space Quagmire. Cool, Nigeria is not very appealing, given he knows I've got colonial rear guards. I need to just make sure I don't make too much of a hash of South Africa. Southern Africa. Oh, he went for the coup. So... if he goes Chile, Uruguay, I go Brazil, Venezuela. Given the current layout in South America, I'm happy for us to trade portions of it. Okay, so I'll use shuttle diplomacy though. If I can get a sneaky coup off in Uruguay, I might be able to claim arms race. I hope we will bury you because then he can't missile envy me. Sadly, despite this scoreline, this game's not yet a foregone conclusion. Since Middle East scoring will swing in his favour, Asia scoring hasn't come out yet, and something could go catastrophically wrong there. South America's still a little flaky, although at least NATO's now in session. We will respond to his ingress. I just need to try and hold the ship steady if we're going to go all the way to final here. So I won't be leapfrogging. We will now use arms race to ensure I don't completely balls up. But we'll use arms race. No, I'm not going to... sorry. We'll put one in Zaire. There's Allende. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to use Truman and just keep the pressure up in Chile, because I don't want to use my totally manky ops just yet. So he has to space, which is good. More space in response. No headline peaking this turn. He takes the China card back. which limits my options rather. If he's going to sink it all into Chile, I'm fine with that in principle. But we'll see what else he has to do with AR7. We'll keep the pressure up in both places, I guess. Well, we'll see who gets Junta / ABM / Missile MV. The Middle East scoring is not the most pleasant for me, although of course I can Sadat and ABM Libya. And I also have special relationship for another 2 VPs. Oh boy. Poor sod. So we'll give him Angola for now. By taking Chile and cooing with Junta. Another good deal for me. Special relationship, nuclear subs, ABM, Sadat, Middle East scoring, which I can hopefully do something with. Olympic Games, U2. So 2 into Chile, coup Venezuela. He will take Angola, and I have to watch out for... Oh, he's raising DEFCON. Let's see what he goes for. Muslim Revolution, quite likely. Or Decol, or Purge, or Indo-Pakistani War, or Quagmire. Brush. So with DEFCON at 5, we'll take the coup on Haiti and threaten realignments. Pakistan's the obvious brush war target. It succeeds, which flips domination. I do want to drop DEFCON to protect India as well. So we will bury you, and we'll coup 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to coup Lao to maintain country count. No, that's silly. I have to coup to drop DEFCON, don't I? 5, 4, 3. Ooh, so I have to take a coup on Thailand and give up 3 VP. And I'm really only looking for a 6. What do we think? It's a great flip in Asia. Nicely done. Alright. So we can take the shabby "we will bury you" coup on Thailand and hope to flip. Another option is, I suppose... yeah, so another option, I guess, is breaking Burma to dissuade the realignment and trying to persuade him to coup first somewhere else. Yeah, that'll do for now. I'm not going to spend hours overthinking this, but you can tell me if I'm an idiot. Excuse me. Recovering from a cold. Right into the mic. Class. Fails. So we will now try the double DEFCON drop coup. Which fails spectacularly, of course. I'm definitely making a pig zero this mid-war. I suppose it's being turn 6, so I should start to have a quick look at what's going on elsewhere. Che, Brezhnev, OPEC, Liberation are his cards. So, I don't know. I can be bland and just tap North Korea. Tapping loses tempo, though. I don't know. The alternative is using ABM to flip Lao Cambodia to a point where he needs to use the China card. And then I'm now not going to be able to do anything about the Middle East. So I might just be trading one for another. I may have made a right pig zero of that. So let's see if he gets a coup off somewhere. I suppose cooing Lebanon's not a bad shout. But, you know, that will come off as obvious. So the long way of avoiding domination in the Middle East is event Sadat, Olympic Games, nuclear subs into Israel, then Middle Eastern scoring for 0. Which is long-winded as hell. I suspect the next action round will dictate whether we know they're holding Asia scoring this round or not. Because if they put eggs into Asia rather than take a coup, that suggests they're holding Asia scoring. He's got Arse not, potentially. And Ducker Cover and VOA. Not great cards. I'm assuming Shea, Brezhnev and OPEC aren't out here. Well, let's hope that means he's going to drop Asia scoring for 2 VP. 1 VP even, sorry. I'd rather him do that and help clear my mind. This game could have swung back horrifically with Asia and Middle East domination scored. So, if I can deny one of the two, great. If I can deny both, fantastic. So self-trapping and taking the coup. Fine, to be expected. So now we break Middle Eastern scoring. What does that differ? 2 VP. Stuff it. That's what we're going to do. So I expect to see Voice of America go here. Duck and cover. So drop Middle Eastern scoring before it gets any worse. We'll hold nuclear subs for the next turn. Threaten to clear up Africa. So Panama repair Venezuela. Yep. Wheel event special relationship cover France bag 2 VP. And we'll event Sadat just to make sure that Muslim Revolution can't clear us out of both wings. We won't chuck anything. We're going to hold both of these. So in the end, neither of us were holding Asia. Fascinating. Interesting. Well, with me using... I don't know. We'll event Sadat and hope that neither scoring code comes out, because I'm going to be using nuclear subs next turn anyway. So I got Missile MV, he got Liberation Theology. And OPEC currently worth 4. And I got OPEC. Good. He got Brezhnev. Thank you. Right. Did I get Che? I'm not paying attention. I did get Che. So he did pull Asia scoring, which we need to watch out for. And Alliance for Progress, Voice of America, and Nixon, right? Unless I wasn't paying attention. Which seems likely, because that's too many cards. I've missed some go by. This is what I get for not practicing and being rusty as hell. Alright, where are we at? I luckily got Indo-Pakistani War. Although, of course, that nets me demoralizing amounts of VPs. Che's not horrible with Haiti the way it is. And Costa Rica. Nuclear subs is still a fairly attractive headline target to get the coups in. Especially if I missile MV. What am I not looking to play this turn? Several cards. Great. No OPEC, no decol. Ideally not Indo-Pakistani War. Missile MV is a suicide risk, so I guess I can't. Wheelberry's gone. So, I don't know. Missile MV is not terrible, but not great. Nuclear subs at least sets my intention out. So that's what I'm going to do. So he does go for the ops boost this turn. So I've got what? 3, 6, 8, 10, 12 cleanish ops. Then I'm going to have to eat the 2 VP for Indo-Pakistani War. He may decide to do shenanigans in Asia to stop me doing nuclear subs, because of course he's holding Asia scoring. Let's see what he starts with. Alliance for Progress. Okay. We're going to resolve Che first, and we're going to pop 2 into Peru to make sure we don't get speared on Chile. Nice coup. Yowza. That's why giving up Che is tricky business. Agreed. I suppose they were 4-op coups, weren't they, because of Brezhnev. We'll see if he goes Colombia now to threaten Panama, which wouldn't be a shabby move. Peru? No, it goes for the jugular. We will take it back straight away. So if I've been counting right, which I probably haven't, he's got Latin America, Liberation, Voice, Nixon, Asia scoring. So I need to hold out against Liberation Theology. Asia scoring now drops for nothing. So he is going to event, but I can repair. We'll give him Willy. There goes Asia. That could have gone far worse. We'll try and clear out Angola a bit. Ha! I meant more than a bit, Sunshine. He may try and take the real eye on Zaire now while he's got a chance. Spacing VOA, fine. We're going to have another go on Angola. That's better. We'll spread it round a bit. So I was not counting cards properly. I guess Nixon must have gone at some point. I don't remember Latin American death squads going. Well, if I'm going to give up 2 VP for Indo-Pakistani war, I might as well have a coup on Venezuela. Ah. Nicely done. Maybe I won't, because I failed to overprotect Europe, which I should do. So thanks for reminding me and have another 2 VP. Yes, smug so-and-so. So, it's done very well going into late war with domination in the Middle East and South America. That's handily done. Obviously, we've got offsets. Asia is still a big problem in final scoring. I'm now not going to control Europe because I failed to do anything about Poland. So this one may well go to final scoring. We shall see. So he does have Nixon. It must be Latin American death squads that I lost track of at some point. Yep, so threatening the rear line. There's not a lot I can do about it right now. So let's just space decol and see what happens in late war. South America gross, but Europe scoring nice, and grain sales good. Yusur is good as well. Ortega is bad, but spaceable. So grain sales looks like the obvious headline. Muslim Revolution came first. We'll coup with it and hope he doesn't have Middle East scoring. Right? And fail badly with it. So, if he does play Middle East scoring immediately, I riposte with Europe scoring to stay above the War Games limit. He doesn't. Does he take Mexico? He does. So I will coup on Colombia to protect against the realign. I am digging myself a hole. I need to hold Quagmire. Oh, he's going to break UK. Yep, standard. But that won't stop me scoring Europe now while the scoring is good. I don't know if that was the right tempo move, but because I do need to do something about the Middle East. But I didn't want to let Europe get any further away. And I also, to some extent, don't want him to be in reformer limit. Egypt. So I will AWACS into Saudi. Excuse me. I may give on South America. Oh. So bye-bye Yasuri. So I'll probably self-Quagmire here. Because the alternative is space Ortega and give up OPEC for 5 VP. Although self-Quagging is sick too. I don't know. So, what, OPEC for 4 VP if I space Ortega? Either way, it's not pretty. The game is going south. Yep, deny domination. I hate self-Quagging. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to give up OPEC for 4 VP. 5 if I kill on Cameroon. Oh man, I've got 7 ARs, don't I? Oh. So I might self-Quag, and now I've just made it harder for myself. Blech. So he spaces NORAD. And we'll get to peak. Stuff it. Let's Quag ourselves. and hope to ditch OPEC and get out in one. And if I fail, what can I say? I've made a massive rod for my own back. Ah, junta. And it's all going wrong. At least I got out in one. Central America scoring is a disaster of epic proportions. I will at least have Brushwater do something there. Our man in Tehran seems like the safest headline. And holding Latin American debt crisis. There's nothing I can terrorize in his hand that makes his life any harder. So we'll emit. Yes, please. Sorry I didn't cut back. So he may try and take the coup on Panama. And if he succeeds, I need to do all sorts of shenanigans in Central America. But I also need to watch out for Chile. So he Pershings. Which is fine in principle for now. We'll ditch Purge because it's a neutral card. We'll keep Africa in the deck because at the moment it suits me. And North Seal is good for an AR8. Well, that now makes keeping Africa scoring in the deck look bad. Could be worse, eh? So where does he go? Central America's huge. So I know Africa scoring is currently in the deck. So I don't need to worry about it too much right now, but may soon. So he'll counter coup, obviously. And we're going to start up a coup counter coup reaction, I think. I'm not going to terrorism him. Ugh. Such low coups. I'm not going to terrorism him because I don't want to pull a card that's great for me. And he can't defcon suicide. Man. Alright, we're going to brush war Mexico at 50-50. And it fails. That's going to cost me. I wanted to kind of keep it for Thailand. But... blech. Good time to roll a 1. This game is swinging away. He's going for VPs that way. He at least misses. We'll take another coup. And then another coup. Or I may use the China card to pump. Which again is just unutterably gross. But I'm starting to run into a whole heap of trouble here. Oh, I ran out of action rounds. Man, I've absolutely aced this game. This is what happens when I take a time off for the holidays. Apparently I get all of the brain farts. Oh well, let's see if turn 10 AR7 can come to my rescue, because I don't know what else is. What a glorious meltdown. Well, at least I drew war games. He is able to view my headline. So at least Latin American debt crisis can ditch the reformer. The Iron Lady gets me a VP, clears him out of the UK. Yeah, that's a safe peak. Well, thankfully with Angola the way it is, he may play into Algeria to try and dominate, so I'll get a couple of coup attempts. But I'm in pretty dire straits. I need to get to AR7. Oh, it's okay. He's going for the realignment disaster game, which is certainly his prerogative. Takes a coup. It fails. Small favours. So we will... Oh man, can't even get domination. Well, if I can't even get domination in a go, I may as well put 2 into Algeria. So optimal ABM treaty attack is on South America. If I can get into Peru before he does. Iranian hostage crisis, I forgot, is fine, right? Terrorism's gone. Ah, he gets it off. Okay, so instead we Latin American debt crisis away the reformer. So what am I looking to do? If I can break South Korea and North Korea on the last AR, I can dominate Asia. I want to press to dominate Africa, and ABM to dominate, to break domination in South America. Yeah, they're both worth 5, aren't they? So let's take the coup first. Not quite enough. It's a bummer. That'll do it. So what am I thinking? If I can dominate Asia, AR7, I may be able to swing things. What other options do I have? Breaking Central America and denying South America domination is another option. So a coup on Haiti with kitchen debates isn't terrible, depending on what he does now. I don't know. All in all, this game shouldn't have been that difficult. With respect to Eelusion, I got off to such a strong start that basically I would presume that me mangling most of the second half of the game has put me in this situation. The brush war salting to Pakistan was brilliant, and in the end he didn't get Asia domination, he's just played well elsewhere. So we'll take a coup on Haiti. Good. That puts him under some pressure. So he should counter coup. Alright, so that's alright to start. Let's see what he does, and then we'll do the turn 10 AR7 maths. Now I get turn 10 AR8 maths. So where are we at? 8, 13, 18, 23, minus 5. So I'm on minus 18 at the moment. If I do that to start, where are we at? 9, 10, 15, 16, 17 including the China card. So that's 12. What does that do? 5, 10. Doesn't even put me within sniffing distance. So I'm going to have to use the China card. I think I've lost this, so credit to him. If I do that and then I break the Middle East domination, it only drops it to 3 VP. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Got to break South America. Yep, and then AR8. Redominate Africa. Dominate Central America. What does that do to the score? 3, plus 1, plus 5, plus 10, minus 5 is 5, minus 2 is 3. So I'm still going to lose by 4 VP. But there is nothing else that can be done anywhere else. So let's wrap the game up. Alright, well played him. Well, comment away. Tell me where I couldn't have shit the bed quite so badly, because I feel like I was all over the place there. So feedback welcome.